Hi everybody, that's Allie.
And that is Dash,
Welcome to our playdate.
where we choose a game, sometimes make up our own rules, and play for a while.
Enjoy listening and playing along.
Or don't. We can't hear you. It's a podcast.
On the road again.
On
Oh,
the
don't you want
tiny little road trip that I already did half of. Road again.
Yeah, we definitely thought this was going to be a much longer road trip.
Yeah. Hi, little ghosties.
Hey, everybody.
So we're heading up for a show in Broward County, and we definitely thought that the drive was going to be much longer than it turns out it's going to be. I thought it was going to be at least twice as long as it actually is. So, and plus I drove up halfway already, so I guess maybe that's why I thought it was going to be twice as long. But anyway, we're still going to do an on the road episode because
Yes, we are.
it's fun to pass time in the car.
Yeah.
And we are going to play Let's Get Talking. This is by the What Do You Meme people. And
Great games, the What Do You Mean people.
What Do You Mean? What?
The What Do You Mean people, they make great games.
The What Do You Mean people play, yes, they make many games that we have played on the pod before.
Yeah.
And this one is like a family version of Let's Get Deep, which we've played on the pod. I was going to look up the episode, but it's a fun scavenger hunt for you. Ghosties, go back and find it if you haven't listened to the Let's Get Deep episode. This is the family version of that. So there are 3 different cards: light, big questions, and bigger questions.
Ooh, okay.
And then it says, I love a fun who goes first rule. It says, the last person who said something nice to the other people playing gets to go first. So which one of us said something nice to the other person?
Did I just say that your eyelashes look nice?
You didn't, but I'll take it.
If I tell it to you now, that technically makes me the last person.
I guess
who said
so,
something
yeah.
nice,
I guess by the rules of the game, that would make you.
Mm-hmm. So I go first.
You do. So we'll start with the light. Do you want to do you answer one and I answer one?
Yeah. Let's okay.
Yeah,
let's just do
Instead
it.
of we both answer the same one.
Right, and I think that's a good way of like getting more of these questions in. Because we may only have time for 3.
Yeah.
So if we do one, if we do
this
3.
may end up being a road trip / parking lot podcast, and honestly, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, Dash, name a food that tastes better when you eat it right out of the jar.
Oh.
A food that tastes better when you eat it right out of the jar.
Well, I don't eat a lot of things right out of the jar. No, lies. I'll tell you exactly what it is right now.
I knew you would.
You're not going to like this, but olives.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Right, because there's very few things I eat right out of the jar. I'll eat peanut butter out of the jar.
That's correct.
Right, but it doesn't taste any better or worse right out of the jar than on a
I would
sandwich.
argue it does taste better because it's pure peanut butter. You're not putting it on something. It's just straight into the gullet.
Sure, but I don't know. By marmalade, which again I don't eat that. I don't spoon marmalade out of the jar and go right into my mouth.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing I would ever take out of a jar is olives. So, I don't like olives in my food, but I'll take an olive and eat an olive.
I will not do either of those things.
I know you don't like olives.
I'm not interested in olives in any way. Don't come at me. I've tried, and they are disgusting, and I'm not interested in ever eating one, ever.
All right, go ahead.
All right, my question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I think about this a lot. I really do, because I think everyone already sort of has a superpower. Like, mine's kind of crappy, but I'm a super taster, so I can taste cilantro, and it tastes disgusting.
Is it that you can taste cilantro?
Yes, it is. It's a superpower. I didn't say it was a good one. And my other superpower is knowing or guesstimating how many carbs are in things, because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and that's the superpower that comes with type 1 diabetes. They're not great superpowers, but they're mine. If I was going to have like a superpower, I think flying would be pretty fun, but I think I would get kind of nauseous.
Okay.
I think I would get motion sick if I was flying. So I might want to like...
You'd also run into like a lot of birds. Just
Yeah.
there's no windshield.
Right. I think I might want to. I think it would be cool to know the future, but I don't think I could be trusted with that information.
And you do like spoilers.
I do love a spoiler. I feel like knowing the future would be really cool, but I don't feel like I could be trusted. So maybe, I don't know. I don't think I want to read people's minds either, because then, right, if they say something mean, then I'm going to be upset. If they think something mean, then I'm going to be upset, even though they didn't say it out loud.
Right. I feel like a lot of it's going to be gross, too.
Yeah, and a lot of it's just going to be gross or stuff that I just really, it's not my business.
Sure.
You know? So maybe talking to animals.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be a fun one.
That's
I feel like that would just be pure.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fun. So yeah, talking to animals, I guess.
That's a really good superpower, yeah.
All right.
Fair.
That was a good light question. Okay, so time for big questions.
Big questions.
Big questions, Dash.
Yes.
What's the weirdest gift you've ever been given?
Weirdest gift I have ever been given.
I feel like weird implies bad.
Not necessarily.
But let's just say oddest or quirkiest.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, my brother and I give each other quirky gifts every year. For Christmas. Weirdest gift I've ever been given.
Yeah.
I don't even have to go that far. I think, and this may just be recency bias.
What?
Recency bias, which is like
recency bias.
Yeah, recency bias is like it seems like it's the weirdest thing, but because it's the most recent thing.
No, I know that's what it is, but I don't think that's what it's called.
Yeah, recency bias. That's what I've always
I thought it was called proximity bias.
That's proximity. It's about being close to a thing, not time-wise.
Like close in time.
Oh, I mean, maybe it's, something that I've heard both ways.
I've never okay, no, it's not.
So anyway, recently for my birthday, my brother gave me this like weird Kermit the Frog fireman doll that he found in like a thrift store.
Like a figurine type doll, or like
it's
a doll?
It's one of those dolls that like the body is soft, but the head is like that rubber.
Oh no!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, but the body is in a fireman's outfit.
Like Teddy Ruxpin, if Teddy Ruxpin was a soft body and not a robot inside.
No, it's hard to think like a
lot
80s
of toys.
Yeah, like a lot of 80s toys.
80s toys were like that.
Like
hard rubber head and then just like a soft body.
And just like a really soft body, right?
Do you remember glowworms?
I do remember
glowworms. Were like that, but they had that hard center because they had the battery pack.
They had the battery pack in it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this Kermit is for some reason wearing a firefighter's uniform, and it's got like a bunch of little parts of it that are like some parts are furry and some parts are like little stringy things that you can pull on. Like you can tell this is an old like keep your kid entertained for a while toy.
Yeah, that's for sure a baby toy.
Yeah, it's definitely a baby toy. But because he knows I love the Muppets, he got me this toy, and it's like, and I consider it a weird thing because it's not something I ever would have asked for or known about or knew existed.
Right.
But
he
saw it and he was like, I'm going to get this for Dash. And I got it now. Now it belongs to me.
I mean, has Kermit been trained to fight fires?
I don't think a frog that is entirely made up of fluff and felt
should be near a fire. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I'll try to take a picture of it and put it on our Instagram stories for when you watch this episode. You can see the firefighter Kermit.
Don't get creeped out. I don't like dolls. Maybe I liked them when I was a kid, but the older I got, the creepier dolls got, and I'm just not interested in dolls.
Right. Yeah. I get that.
Yikes.
All right. Are you ready for your big question?
Big question. Is it ever okay to lie? Short answer, yes.
Yeah, of course.
I think it is. If you're lying to protect somebody's feelings, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I do think honesty is the best policy, but ever is a long time and it's a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of little fibs or omissions of truth that don't hurt anyone, and
Right.
in the end, the intention is to preserve or protect someone, and I
Right.
think that that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I mean, things like, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy,
What are you talking
maybe Sasquatch, all of these sorts of things, like, it's okay to believe in that thing if it makes you happy.
Yeah, but is that a lie? Or is it like there are people who believe it and they say it's out there and they say decide for yourself? But I don't think anybody is straight up like, I know this doesn't exist, but I'm going to convince you it does. Well, except for the Loch Ness Monster. That was straight up.
No, she exists. What are you talking about? Nessie is
Right.
Nessie is here for all of us.
What I'm saying is, like, any of these cryptids, I don't think anybody is straight up lying for some purpose. I think
No,
it's
some
just...
people are straight up lying.
You think
like,
so?
Yeah, like there were people who made Bigfoot impressions.
Yeah, okay.
And they were like, ooh, we gotta, like, obviously they're lying to try to get money.
Right.
But, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt anyone if you want to believe that Sasquatch is real.
Right.
It does not hurt anybody, and if it makes you happy, great.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
But like, you back to your original point.
yeah.
Sometimes lying is okay. Sometimes you need to lie to, like you said, preserve feelings, or even like for a person's own good, whatever that.
Don't lie
may
to
be.
yourself. I would say never lie to yourself.
Okay.
This is Auntie Allie and Uncle Dash telling you kids, don't lie to yourself, but if you gotta tell a little fib or a little white one to protect or preserve someone's feelings, and your intention is positive, I think it's okay. Yeah.
I forget who it was did a whole lesson the other day about, like, it's okay to be honest with people, and they want honesty.
Yeah.
But you need to pick the right time to do it, right? So, like, if you go to see a friend's show, let's say they're doing a one-person show.
Yeah, I heard this too.
You heard this too, right? And it's like, hey, they come up to you afterwards and they're super excited. Hey, what did you think of the show? Right? They don't want to really hear your honest opinion.
Right.
They're really excited about the show they just did, and they want to hear your thoughts, but now is not the time to be like, I thought it was long and a lot of it was boring, right?
Yeah.
Like, they
say one nice thing,
right? So,
and then if you want to circle back and actually have the feedback conversation, do it in a more appropriate time and venue.
right. You know,
And if
now,
they
a
don't,
few
then
days
also that's
removed,
their business.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a way of not lying, but you're omitting some of the truth, maybe.
Well, in that moment.
In the moment, and then,
Yeah.
with intention of
Sure.
revealing more later. Sure.
I'm totally down with that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
All right, what are we on now?
Okay, this is a bigger question.
Bigger question, okay.
If you could steal one thing and get away with it, what would it be and why? Please say the Constitution. And guess what? You're Nicolas Cage. Okay.
I feel like stealing the Constitution wouldn't do anything. There's copies of it everywhere.
But you're Nicolas Cage.
But
in
I'm
that
Nicolas
scenario.
Cage in that scenario. Then yeah, I'd have to steal the Constitution.
Right.
Let's see if I could steal one.
You could steal one thing and get away with it. Oh, that's a fun question.
Yeah, that is a fun question. I think I would like to steal an original, either it's going to be a wrestling piece of memorabilia.
Okay.
Okay.
Shocker.
Right.
I am shocked. Look at the shock on my face.
I would like to steal either an original title belt.
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
that
the big
cummerbund.
the big cummerbund.
How many are there?
That they wear? Oh, there are so many, and then over the years there have been different ones, and then some
people. Is it a different one every year, or is it a thing that they pass on?
So it's a thing that they pass on, but for example, they occasionally revamp it or change some of the wording on it so they get a new belt, right?
Okay, yeah.
But usually every 10 years or so, they'll change the design. They'll update the design.
Make it cool.
Right,
sure.
for the latest generation,
Yeah,
and
of
also
course.
to sell more merchandise.
The design changes every
every 10 years or so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, the original Intercontinental, not the original Intercontinental title, but like the Intercontinental title that was around when I first started watching wrestling is a beautiful belt, and there were a few different versions of it because, like, when the Ultimate Warrior had it, he had a yellow strap on it, right? When there was
You even have like bright colors and stuff, right?
right
Blues and steel.
when Mr. Perfect had the belt, he had a white strap on it.
Wait, Henry Cavill has a wrestling belt?
No,
Kidding!
Mr. Perfect.
Love you!
Yeah, he had a white strap on the belt. So like one of those pieces of, like one of those belts would be great. Either that.
Well, what do you do with it once you have it? Because you're definitely going to get caught if you
Sure, right.
display it somewhere.
And it's funny because when...
Look at this replica,
Yeah,
everyone.
Right. The interesting about... Well, there's actually people, like, I have friends who own those original titles, right? Like, okay, listen, a lot of wrestlers fall on hard times and they'll take, like, their copy of the belt that they're given and they pawn it or sell it for money.
Oh, that's so sad.
It happens. It's really sad, yeah. But like I have a friend who has a bunch of the, like he has like one of the original NWA titles. He has like some of the original Intercontinental titles. Oh, actually, yes, he brought me one of the original Intercontinental titles. That the ones that I love. So he has it.
Yeah.
And I would like it. And I would never steal it from him, obviously, because we're cool.
Yeah, no, don't steal from your friends.
So, and it's funny that you brought.
That's not a lie you can get away with.
It's funny that you brought up that. What are you going to do with the title once you steal it? The original All Elite Wrestling Championship belt, the original one, was stolen from Chris Jericho at some point, and it disappeared. And then everybody was like, "What are you going to do with it?" Like, not only did you steal a championship belt, but this is a brand new championship belt that there aren't even replicas for sale yet. So where are you going to pawn this belt off? It ended up...
Everyone's just quietly waiting.
Right. They found it tossed away on like the side of the road in Florida, because of course Florida.
Yeah.
And they were able to get it back. But like, yeah, what are you going to do with this belt?
You couldn't like get fingerprints or DNA off of it to try to find out who did it?
I don't know. Maybe it was... I mean, at that point, you got it back.
Yeah.
Like, are you really going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to try to figure out who did it?
I would just be interested to know what happened. Not even to like punish someone. Just I'm genuinely interested in knowing.
I'm sure it was like
it's like all that art that got taken from the Tate. What is it? The Tate Modern. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Everyone is looking for it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like
you can't sell it anywhere.
There are some pieces of art.
Maybe
just
underground or something like that, but.
Yeah, there's some pieces of like trophies. There are trophies for like giant football games or whatever. They get stolen. It's like, who is buying this trophy from you? The only way you are ever going to sell that trophy is if you hold on to it for 25 years and then somehow work out a story where like, yeah, I bid on this random storage unit, and inside of it was this trophy, and now if somebody wants it back, I'm going to either need a reward or for them to buy it from me.
No other memorabilia, only this trophy was in the storage unit.
Just this one trophy, and standing in the middle in a column. So either one of those championship cummerbunds, like an original championship cummerbund.
Is it called a cummerbund?
No, it's not, but that's what Captain Holt calls it, so that's what I call it.
Yeah.
Or an original Rey Mysterio mask. Like Rey Mysterio, the wrestler who wears the lucha mask, and he has like hundreds of these, thousands of these masks at this point.
Is he Latino?
Yeah, he's Mexican.
That's great.
Rey Mysterio. Yeah, he's like the biggest, well, not in size, but like the biggest in popularity Mexican luchador, I would say, probably of all time.
Yeah.
Right. Like crossover, you know how like Jennifer Lopez is a crossover singer or whatever, or Shakira is a crossover artist? Rey Mysterio is a crossover luchador.
Taylor Swift, but sure.
How is she a crossover?
She's country. She's like a country crossover.
No, but she's still singing in her own language.
Shania Twain.
Okay.
Oh, you meant crossover language.
Sure.
I meant genre.
Like audiences entirely.
I meant genre.
So yeah, either a championship cummerbund or an original Rey Mysterio mask,
Okay.
which is possible. Like he sold them and put them up for bid and stuff before, to like raise
Yeah, but
money.
then you wouldn't have to steal it. You could just buy
Right,
it.
I wouldn't have to steal it. I would just buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You still have what are you, a bigger?
A bigger, yeah.
Okay.
I'm realizing, for anyone watching this, we have a different setup and it's a little jiggly. So if you get a little sick,
We're
motion
sorry.
sick, right? I'm just looking at it,
And it's
like
moving
realizing
around,
it's
yeah.
bouncing around.
I may be able to stabilize some of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll cut this, maybe we won't. Who knows? It's all happening live. Okay. If you were a ghost, who would you haunt and why?
Ooh, on
I would not haunt one person. I can tell you that. I would haunt so many people. I would get the tea. I would have little ghosty tea parties, and I would be like, y'all, do you know what these freaks are out here doing with their bodies?
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm a ghost. I would haunt, and I would just haunt so many people. I think I would start by just so if I was a ghost of Miami, I would just start by like going to a random neighborhood and just showing up in people's houses and then figuring out who is actually interesting. And then I would go back to the people who were really interesting and continue to haunt them. And as I'm dropping people off the haunting roster, I would then add other people from other neighborhoods.
I see.
I would haunt so many people. I would haunt celebrities. I would just get all the tea on the celebrities. I'd probably get into some technology and like haunt some computers and stuff because I feel like that would be fun, and also revenge. That's probably how I'm gonna go. I don't know where we are.
Well, so this is an interesting turn of events. So the place that we're going is right off of the exit, and I had to switch. Well, I had to switch over 3 lanes with cars coming to get to it. And now the problem is that there's no going back that way. So I guess we're going to have to go around the block.
What a true adventure this has been here.
So you would haunt celebrities and get information on them.
I don't think I would haunt one single person. I would just haunt a lot of people.
Gotcha.
I mean, I would be a nice ghost.
Uh-huh.
Like, not a creepy Victorian child ghost. I would just be like chill and cool and just like make a cup of tea and hang out kind of ghost. I'd haunt just a bunch of people. I mean, famous people, non-famous people. If you're interesting, I want to haunt you. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, you're just...
I'm not corporeal. I can do whatever I want.
You're in the afterlife forever. You might as well.
Yeah. I got a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing I could travel very quickly.
Maybe.
I don't know about ghost travel, but I feel like I could travel, just like disappear and reappear somewhere.
Right.
So I could haunt a lot of people. I'm coming for you, everybody. Hope I don't become a ghost.
Little ghosties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's it.
Okay. Deal. Got it.
Yeah.
So that was the game.
That was the game. That was one round of the game each. The game was, again, Let's Get Talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show it here. We're at a stop, so it's safe. Should we rate it?
Sure.
Okay. Box?
So the box is just a normal cardboard box. It's sort of glossy. It reminds me of the type of box that a disposable camera would come in.
It's like a disposable camera box.
Yeah.
To add to that, I have to say that one thing I didn't like was when I took out the cards, they weren't in 3 different colored stacks. They were in 2 stacks, and one color was split. And for some reason, that really made me feel some type of way. And I would rather have a longer box where I could put the 3 different colored cards than have a short, thick box where I have to split 1 deck of cards.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to call it, the box is like, it's like a dam. Like it's just stopping short.
The flow of cards.
The flow of cards.
Okay.
So that's what the box is to me. The cards themselves, the design is really cool. the design is just like a big mouth yelling.
Yeah.
Like a big mouth talking with a couple little teeth. There are 3 different colors. There's blue, like a dark yellow, and a red.
Okay.
But they're pretty thin. They're pretty thin cards.
Yeah. I didn't get to touch them because I'm driving.
Yeah. They're pretty thin cards. I'm going to give it like a Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay.
They're like Saturday morning cartoons level
Okay.
of cards.
I get that.
Yeah. Playability. How easy was this to play?
Very easy.
I mean, it's the easiest.
Yeah.
It would be a fun game, I think, to play with your family and easy for like, it's ages 8+. So,
Sure.
so you could play it with a lot of people.
Okay.
And fun. Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a fun time telling stories, and I can imagine that as we get further into the cards, there's more stuff you can talk about.
Yeah. And I also like that in the rules it says play until you're sick of each other.
I mean, that was before we even started playing it.
Yeah, right. We started this game sick of each other. So there's that. All right. That was it. That was Let's Get Talking by What Do You Meme?
Yeah, on the road.
On our short and possibly jostling, sorry about that, road trip.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very jostling.
I know.
People are going to be very
I'll try to fix it, I promise.
upset.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now we'd love to hear from you.
You can visit playdatepod.us to watch our videos,
Access our episode library,
find out more about our brand of quality, clean comedy.
and contact us with any questions or comments.
Improvisers love audience suggestions, so make sure you visit playdatepod.us.
And the podcast you just heard was a production of Society Circus Players.
If you like what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And finally, if life's a circus, we're the clowns!
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I think we need
I think we need roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be roads.
I should take my sunglasses off. These eyelashes cost money.